So, been a little bit quiet for a couple of days. I ran out of jobs to do, so we're just getting ready for our trip. And so we've just had a delivery from TEMU. Got a couple of things that we're going to add to the van. But first of all, I did buy that. That is a Shark HydroGo fan, I think they call it. It's got a water mister that you can use, and it is brilliant. As you can see, it's going now. It is absolutely silent on low speed. As you speed it up, it obviously gets a bit noisier. That is now blowing quite a considerable amount of air, and it's not noisy at all. We got it on sale. Let me just turn that down a bit. There we go. And I think we paid about €90 for it. I think they're up to about 150 at the moment. But it runs off a connector going to a socket in the wall, or it's got a built-in battery. And it does claim that it will run about 11 hours, I think it is on the very lowest setting, to about 2 hours on the high speed setting. But anyway, that is brilliant. I highly recommend that one. The Shark Ninja, yeah, I can't see what the name of it is. HydroGo, I think it's called. But you can fill it up with water up the top here, and you can then have it spraying out a fine mist of water in really, really hot weather, which we've had, but we've lost. We're down to about 20 degrees today, so a little bit cooler. A couple of other bits and pieces that we've got. Got some of these for putting in the shelves. I'm just modifying them to fit the cups that we're going to use, so just a bit of foam rubber. So those are going into the shelves. I managed to get some shelf liner, which is slightly non-slip, which will be done for the cupboards. We'll put stuff in there. And I needed a kitchen roll holder. So that's a spring-loaded one. So hopefully that'll stop it from sliding around when we're driving. So that's going to be fitted as well. I've got some more of these, which are okay, but they did, or this one did, get a little crushed. So anyway, TEMU gave me the money back for that, and just told them that it was in that state, sent them a photograph, and immediately got the money back. But yeah, they weren't very expensive, €2 or €3 a piece, but yeah, that one did tend to suffer a little bit. And then I've just got a nice little plastic bin here, which is going to sit on the inside of the door, and that just plastic, of course. Yeah, come here with you. That just locks down and then opens up when we need it. So that's going to go on the inside of the door then for collecting all of the rubbish. What else did I get? Yes, I got some hooks. Not quite sure why I got some hooks, but I did. So these are just going to sit on the wall, and then the hooks just sit into little plastic clips. That'll do for towels and things like that. And then a clothesline. Don't know if we'll ever use it, but it's there if we need it. Throwing towels on if we're on the beach or something like that. And I'll show you the other thing that we've bought, which I'll be installing tomorrow. So I'll be back in a second. So yeah, this is the other thing that we've bought, which is a microwave. It's actually a microwave convection combi grill, does all sorts of things. And that's just the right size. I'll show you later on in a few minutes for you, but it'll be tomorrow for me, where that's going to fit in the van, because we've got a nice little space for it now. So yeah, we'll get that set up, and then I'll do a bit of demonstrating for that. But yeah, that's a nice little one. It was on offer on Amazon. I think that was €105, although I have seen the prices have gone up a little bit since. Just got to grab them when you can. Right, we'll get that sorted, and then we're back for the next one. So I'll see you in a bit. So just while I'm at it, one of the other things that I purchased was these little metal plates, and they're 3M self-adhesive on the back, and basically we just put them wherever we want to put the hook. So that is just the magnetic hooks, that's the little metal plate, looks reasonable up there, and that is sufficient then to hold whatever we want to put on it. And I'm going to put some on the ceiling as well up here, so that we can actually put some hooks up just to hang things up when we're not using the back here. Now the other thing I've done, it says moving stuff out of the way, I cut the table down, and don't know if I can bring this back. Let's have a look. Yes, I can. There we go. That is a much better size. Now what I've worked out is that because this is very substantial and a very, very substantial base, that when this drops down to form part of the bed, which is going to be this area here, then this does not need to sit on these edges, which I talked about a couple of weeks ago. So it doesn't need to do that. As long as the gap between here and the edge of this table isn't huge, I mean, it's only going to be about 8 or 9 centimetres. There's enough bridging there of the mattresses, or the cushions, should I say, to cover over that, which means that we don't need to have a huge table. So now this is going to be much easier for us to get in and out of, and makes, yeah, I really like that. I've done the edges. I'm going to try and find something a bit better to do this, because it wasn't the best, neatest job in the world. But I was rushing a little bit when it was in the heat. So yeah, anybody who's been working outside will know exactly what I mean. Anyway, that's that. Now, the paper roll holder is going to go up here. So that's going to keep it away from the cooker and be able to get access to it quite easily. So that's got to go up next. I've got the, as I say, the liner, which is going to go into these cupboards. So these there, and then the ones at the back will all be lined as well, which is going to be non-slip, so things aren't going to be sliding backwards and forwards as we accelerate and brake. Although the word accelerate probably doesn't apply to this. It's not going to be very fast. Anyway, we're talking about microwave, and move these things out of the way. This is where it's going to sit. So essentially it's going to sit on there. I've got a heat-proof mat going on top of that. Microwave will sit there. Now, it'll plug in down into the 230 volts, so that's good. The other thing is that between the space between these two legs is sufficient so that I can literally just pick it up and drop it onto the floor down here as this comes out to form the bed. So if we ever need to use that the bed that we've set up here, then the microwave will just drop down onto the floor, and then when we're finished with the bed, this can get pushed back in and then just lifted up and put up there. So yeah, I think that's going to be quite neat. The only thing it doesn't have is a vent, which is unfortunate, but maybe at some point I might think about putting a vent up the top there. Depends. We'll give it a try first and see how we get on with it. But just in case that's needed, I can always add a vent in later on. But yeah, I think that's a nice neat solution for that. I've also got some hose there, which is for the wastewater. Normally you just park the van over the top of the drain, but just in case we can't get to it, I've got a pipe there that's going to just connect on and give us the option of emptying the wastewater. But yeah, so apart from that, got to think about just some extra hooks and that for towels and things like that. And then we're planning to be away early next week. So watch out for the first trip, which I have to say I'm a bit nervous about, never having really driven the vehicle for more than a couple of 100 yards. So yeah, we'll just have to make sure that everything's fine. But best a short trip, not too far from home, just in case. So I'll leave it there, and I'll show you all of the microwave and everything else set up when it's all ready. So I shall see you soon. Thanks for watching. So this is the bin I was talking about, and rather than having all of their branding on the front, I'm going to use this as the back. It's identical on all sides anyway. And so this is the clipping arrangement. So this is, I've removed the adhesive on the first part, and that's now stuck to the back of the bin. And then I've now put this one in place. This is the top part, and removed the protective film. So now all I've got to do is put that up here. I've removed the document holder that was in there. I've got some more of these, so I'm going to put the document holder at the top, and then this bin is now going to go down on the bottom. So now all I'm going to do with two hands is obviously line this one up and then push it in, unclip it, and then just, after I've dropped it, and then just fit the press around on the other clip on the other side, just so that it adheres properly. This is well stuck, so that's not a problem, and it's only for lightweight things anyway. So yeah, I'll just get that done, and we'll see what it looks like. Back in a sec. And there we are, that's the bin in place. Actually sits really well, and of course there's enough clearance for it for the door. So this actually at the front is quite useless space, so it's not a bad place for a bin to be, which is probably why they put them on all the modern motorhomes. But anyway, job done. Thank you, TEMU, yet again. I don't know how I could ever have done this without them, but yeah, all good. Right, I'll keep that short for now, and so be back when we're ready to start this first trip. So see you then. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.